Omega, and I'm always bringing the truth. You know how I do. If you guys are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys are not, you already know what to do. You know the spew. Hashtag Justice for Alicia Smiley off into the comment section. This is going to be a watch party, so I will not be talking too much because I feel like everything that's needed to be said about me not belonging to this family was located inside of this video. So I'm going to just let this play similar to the murder pot video. I don't really feel like I have anything to add to the video that I already recorded or whatever. I know some of you guys have watched this on your own, but other people have not. The reason why we're doing this is because Spirit told me to do it. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm just being obedient. Maybe somebody needs to take a closer look at something. I don't really know why the Spirit is having me do this, but I'm going to do it. So I am going to give ashes because we do ask the ancestors, angels, and guides, ascended masters, everybody. Let me just start at the beginning. We give ashes to the divine infinite all. We give ashes to the most high honorable judge, Madre Omega, Ashaba Ishtar. And we also would like to give ashe to the other Oris that are in the upright that come across this video. We also would like to give ashe to Papa Legba, Ishua Legba, Legbara, and all of our ancestors, angels, and guides, ascended masters, elder spirits, known and unknown, I mean as well. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We ask that they would come and get this message to the right person. We don't need a lot of people to watch this video. We just need the right person to see the video. So we block out all negative energy right now. And we're going to ask God to send the correct person to come across this video. My comments are on. If you guys have any questions, I would not mind answering any questions that you guys have. However, the rules still apply. If you're disrespectful in my comment section, you're getting the fuck out. I don't feel like I have time to curse you out during this because I feel like Spirit is having me to do something. So if I just see that your comment is rude, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of you. Okay, so that's just how this is going to go. But we're going to take a look at this. Like I said, this Alicia Smiley video. We are going to go over part 2 because I know some of y'all did not know what happened once the family of Alicia Smiley reached out to me as this missing child. So I want to play that too. It might not happen in both sessions because I'm not like where I need to be. But yeah, can I get some justice for Alicia Smiley's off in the comment section before we get started? Please, justice for Alicia Smiley. And if you guys have already seen the video and you don't want to sit there and watch the whole entire video, that's also fine. But just let it play in the background or something. Let it play in the background or something. You don't have to watch if you don't want to watch it. Okay, so we're just going to take a look at this. We're going to go over this video. Hashtag Justice for Alicia Smiley all year. Hashtag Positive Vibes Only. Hashtag Flourishing Daily. Hashtag Journey. Hashtag Truth Squad. Hashtag Revealing Truth. Hashtag Sweetest Taboo. Hashtag Justice for Alicia Smiley. I love to see it off into the comment section, okay? And a lot of people are going to be like, why are you doing this? Because nobody else is going to fight for me. That's why I have to do this. This is why I have to get up every day and fight for myself because I realize that nobody else was going to fight for me. So if you have a problem with me fighting for myself, speaking up for myself or anything, go ahead and excuse yourself off of this channel. Justice for Alicia Smiley. Hashtag bird watching bitch. I cannot wait to get those shirts made. But we're going to get started. We're going to watch it on my tablet. And yes, those are 2 bottles of cranberry juice because I like cranberry juice. And yes, I'm going to have to sit here and hold this phone because let me see if I can do it this way. I don't know if I can do it this way. I'm going to have to sit here and hold this phone because I did bring my ring light with me, but my ring light seems to be a little tall. It seems to be too tall. All right, if you guys need me to pause the video or anything like that, y'all just let me know. Let's get into it. I'm not going to say much like I said, so it is what it is. All right, we here. Let me turn this up. All right.
Missing child, Alicia Smiley. Hashtag I am Alicia Smiley.
Gang, gang.
Hashtag Justice for Alicia Smiley 2023. Alicia Smiley, missing since 6/6/1985. Missing from
Let me put that up there closer.
Georgia. Classification, non-family abduction. Sex, female. Race, black. Date of birth, 10/7.
Sorry, y'all.
Age now, 41. Age of abduction, 3 years old. Height and weight, 3 feet tall and 30 pounds. Clothing and jewelry description. A red and white lined sundress with small checks and white sandals with silver buttons. Clothing and jewelry. Red and white lined sundress with small check marks on it. White sandals with silver buckles and no socks. Lilac hair ribbons and possibly gold earrings. Distinguishing characteristics. African American female, black hair, brown eyes. Alicia had a gap between her lower teeth at the time of her disappearance in 1985. Her ears were pierced.
That's me.
And she has slight eye discoloration in the corner of her right eye. Details details of Alicia's disappearance. Alicia was last seen at approximately 1:45 p.m. on June 6, 1985 in Atlanta, Georgia. She was seated on a bench outside the Omni International Hotel on Techwood Drive at approximately 2 p.m. Alicia's aunt, Estella Evans, left her and her 4-year-old cousin unattended while she...
I'm going to pause this just to point out that Estella Evans here, this is the famous actress from To Kill a Mockingbird. So you know that this is some Hollywood elite shit. You know that there's Hollywood involved. You know that there's like police officers involved because this video is going to explain it. But this is also a Hollywood connection. And this is the lady that's supposed to be my aunt. And this is the famous actress from To Kill a Mockingbird. I never watched that movie because I've been triggered by the connection to my personal case. But I will watch the movie. So let's keep going.
Attempted to purchase wrestling tickets a short distance away. Alicia may have walked to a nearby McDonald's restaurant shortly afterwards. When Miss Evans returned, she was gone. Alicia was never heard from again. An extensive search of the area was produced and no clues as to her whereabouts were found. Alicia was born in Birmingham, Alabama. She lived with Evans and Evans' husband and children periodically since birth, as her own parents were financially unable to support her. She had been residing with Evans for 8 months prior to her June 1985 disappearance and was described as an extremely friendly, trusting toddler. Authorities received a tip that Alicia may have been taken to Lakewood Fairgrounds area shortly after her disappearance. No evidence was located at the scene. Alicia's case remains unsolved until now. Pay attention close to my features. Let's compare features.
Let's compare.
Pay close attention to the forehead area.
I just want to say this is in fact me in 1985 wearing lilac ribbons in my hair. That's the lilac ribbon there. And then real gold earrings. Okay, so this is me in that year. This is the missing child right there. Forehead. Y'all see it? Nose, lips. The only difference is that I look extremely lost and confused in this picture. Like, where the fuck am I? Right? Yeah. Okay, so that's the only difference. This is me smiling, and I'm sure that you guys can see the same smile, same forehead, same nose, same eyelashes when I smile on camera today. Let's keep going.
The ear area has a point at the top of the ear, and there is at the bottom. The earlobe is very distinctive on Alicia as well. Pay attention to that distinctive lip line that Alicia has. It's very defined. Pay attention to the hump in between the lip as well. Pay attention to her cheekbones, the nose, the eyes, as well as the forehead area in between the nose, the bridge of the nose here. This is a picture of me in Atlanta, Georgia, not knowing that I was on the missing child flyer list at all, but pay attention here to the bridge of the brows, the shape of the face, the defined lips here as well, and the nose as well. This is me a few months before I found myself on the missing child flyer. Pay attention to the cheekbones, look at the smile, take a look at the chin there, look at the eyes, everything is identical. The only difference is that I have locked my hair now. You're unable to see my ears. Now I am going to pause it because I just want you guys to look at that. Hopefully that'll move from in front of my face. But I just want you guys to take a really good look at that. Really good look at this. I can't make this up. This is not mental illness. I can't make up the way that my smile is. I can't make up my nose. I can't make up my lips. I can't make up my eyebrows. I can't make up my cheekbones. I can't make up any of this, nor could it be mental illness. But let's keep going. Just go ahead and compare the lip line, the smile, the nose, the eyes, the cheeks, everything. And here's just a few more pictures of me for comparison, so that you guys can pay attention to the cheekbones, the smile, the nose, the eyes, the forehead, the ears, everything there as well. It's still identical even as an adult. All right, so the kidnappers. This is a picture of Carla Rogers, who I was raised to think was my aunt. Okay. I want you guys to take a good look at her.
I'm gonna go closer.
And then this is the picture of the composite sketch of the kidnapper in question, wanted for the Grady 6 kidnappings that took place at Grady Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia during the years 1978 through 1996. No, I am not a Grady baby, but my kidnapping happened in the same city during the same time span that these kidnappings took place, and I was raised by the family of kidnappers who were involved with the Grady 6 kidnappings, okay? So we are going to take a moment and do a side-by-side of Carla Rogers, who I was raised as my auntie, to the composite sketch.
Boom. Now,
all right, take a...
Y'all tell me, does this match? Does that match? Lipstick and everything? Like they even put her lipstick on the composite sketch, and look at her lipstick. Look at her lipstick. Look at them eyebrows. Look at her eyebrows. Look at the eyebrows. Okay, look at the cheekbones. Look at the cheekbones. Now, this is just a drawing that a witness said, hey, they saw this person in the area when I came up missing. And this is the only picture that I told you guys was at the funeral, is this picture with me in the lilac ribbons and the gold earrings, and then the picture of her. These are the only pictures that were at the funeral, that weird-ass funeral that I haven't made a video about, but I definitely am. Somebody is texting me.
Look at the nose, take a look at the cheekbones, take a look at her eyes, take a look at the hair.
You say you got chills.
Take a look at her lips, and take a look at her chin area. They are identical, spanking identical. They are the same. And this is someone that I was raised as my aunt, okay? So she is deceased. She did die in 2021, but she matches the composite sketch of the Grady 6.
Do y'all think I'm tripping? I mean, this is y'all opportunity to speak. Do y'all think I'm tripping? Y'all think I'm just crazy? Y'all think I got mental issues? Do y'all think I'm tripping? That's what I want to know. Because how would this little girl right here years later be able to identify the composite sketch, identify the person with the composite sketch? And this is something that happened to me as a child. So why would I, as an adult, just make this up? You know what I'm saying? Why would I, as an adult, just make this up? Is what somebody needs to be looking at. This is the only picture that was of myself in this lady's funeral. At this lady's funeral, but all the other cousins and nieces and nephews, they had 15 different pictures of them blown up and big, but this is the only, on the whole entire board, this was the only picture that I could find. But let's keep going.
Now what you are looking at is a picture of Carla Rogers matching the composite sketch of the person in question for the kidnappings of the Grady 6. The exact kidnapping would be the child, Tavish Sutton. Okay, and she's identical to the composite sketch. And then you have me there, little girl right there in the lilac ribbon and the gold earrings matching the description of the missing child. So you have us both in the same picture in 1985, me age 3, and her there matching the description for the kidnapper wanted. So that's us in the same room. DNA results.
No, let me pause one more time. I went a little further. Okay. So I'm pausing. And the reason why I'm pausing is because what are the odds that this picture would exist? One that matches the description of someone wanted for kidnapping, and then the other one that matches a missing child. What are the odds? Okay? What are the odds? Because motherfuckers want to say a bitch got mental issues and all this other shit. No, you got to be a blind in a motherfucker. You got to be blind to not see this. Okay? You have to be blind. I feel like it's over for these people. And this is probably why this is happening. But it's all good. Let's keep going. I want to text this person back, but it's like I can't because this is the phone that I'm using for live.
An ancestry test so that I did not need to take one. even after her calling me, I was still a little confused and not convinced that she was my mother, and I had strong feelings of her not being my biological parent, so I asked her for a DNA test. Those of you guys who have been watching the channel know that I did ask her for a DNA test. If you guys remember, she ghosted me, okay? So at that point, that was about a year before my daughter and I discovered me on the missing child flyer as Alicia Smalley. So I ended up taking DNA tests through Ancestry, and these are my test results. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to directly find a mother or a father for myself through Ancestry, but I was able to find two first cousins who are brother and sister, which means that our parents, one of our parents would have been siblings, okay? So that's a very close connection. And they would call my biological parents aunt or uncle, as I would do theirs. I would call their parents aunt or uncle as well, okay? So these people have welcomed me with open arms, and for that, I am definitely truly grateful. And for their confidentiality, I have blotted out their names due to the magnitude of the situation. Marion Williams or Edward Wilson Jr. did not show up as DNA matches for myself or any of the other people that I matched with as far as DNA as well, nor do any of my biological family through DNA as far as ancestry know these people, or have they ever heard of any of these people, okay, that took me. So these people are showing up as first and second cousins, and I'm going to let you guys take a look at a conversation that I had on Ancestry with them. If you guys have taken the Ancestry DNA test, you know that you are unable to speak with anybody on Ancestry unless the lab confirms that you are blood related, DNA related to someone. Then they will open up a portal for you to be able to chat to these people. So it's definite. This is definite. This is my family, and the other family is not. Yeah, so what you're looking at is my first cousins and second cousins here. All right, so this is a conversation between me and one of my actual blood relatives. We were able to connect through Ancestry. So I sent her a message. This is not the first message. It's just screenshots of a couple important parts of our conversation, okay? So this is me telling them I was born in Alabama and taken from Atlanta and raised in St. Louis, and now I'm on the East Coast, okay? Do you guys know of any of the names of the people who raised me? Marion Williams, she's supposed to be my mom. Edward Wilson Jr., he's supposed to be my dad. Lorraine Dudley, she's supposed to be my grandmother. Valerie Lane, Carla Rogers, Denise Lahai Pumaboy, Vernon Williams, and Ricky Dudley. These are supposed to be my aunts and uncles. Because none of them show up as DNA matches for me, and they did take the test. Everyone who does show up, I have never met or heard of, so nobody I know in real life is on here, and all the matches they did find are complete
Tell the
strangers
truth,
to me.
Jeremiah, if that's you.
And my blood relative says, and this is someone that's a close blood relative says, I don't know any of these names.
Call somebody, call the
Definitely did not
police.
populate
Tell the
between us
truth.
either, meaning like
If that's you.
they're not the family that raised me. They're not related to the people that are actually.
All right, well, you know what you
This
need
is
to do.
They're telling me, okay?
I'm not going to get off a track, but somebody in the comment section is saying that they're my son. And if you're my son, you need to tell the truth about who I am. If you're my son, you need to tell somebody. You need to say something. You need to do something. You were there. You were there when we found the flyer and everything. If you want to get back to me, son, you're going to have to tell the truth. You and your brother. You understand? And if it's really you, I love you. And I love your brother too. But I got to stay focused. So let me keep doing what I'm doing. And you're not supposed to be, yes, okay. All right. I believe you. So listen, you're not supposed to be on here or anywhere near me, okay? I love you too, baby. I do. Okay? You're not supposed to be talking to me or anywhere near me. I got to stay focused. But I want you to go and tell the truth about me being Alicia Smalley and what happened with that family, okay? I love you. So I'm going to keep going.
And then she was asking me, do I have a private facility to test our DNA? Because I asked her for a second DNA just to confirm, like, Like, we really, you know what I'm saying? And then I said to her, great, this proves that I'm not related to them. I am so grateful. I'm working on finding a private facility as we
Hold on,
speak.
son.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to turn this camera because Spirit's like, let them see your face. I'm okay, baby. All right. Mommy, okay? I'm alive. I'm well. I'm good. The Spirit's got me. Okay? I do believe that that's truly you because I can read energy. And I miss you so much. And I miss your brother so much. And this shit finna get taken care of. And we gonna see each other again. We gonna see each other again. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm all right. And your sister's all right too. So, all right. But I'm finna get back to business. All right. I know, baby. We gonna be together again. Don't even worry. This shit is. I'm fighting for us right now, son. This is what I'm trying to do. I gotta stay focused. I'm fighting for us right now.
Exactly where I fit in at, So I'm responding to her. No worries. I appreciate you responding. I'm thinking more like a secret child that no one knew about, but I'll continue to research to find out more information because of the connection between me and your father. It's looking like one of or both of my parents was an elder. The age gaps are crazy between me and your father for us to be first cousins. Again, thank you so much. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. And then she says, the gap is very crazy. Such and such is 81 or 82. My dad will be 67 in June, and then you are in your 40s. If one of them was definitely an elder person, that's what she's saying. And I said, yeah, I don't even know what to say. I appreciate you and your father for helping me. At this point, I was like very low in my energy, guys, because I was like, oh my God, finding out that, one of my parents is an elder person, and it's definitely a secret child situation. So let's keep going. This next one is kind of like a continuation from the last one when we're talking about the age gap. And then she says, we are here for you. And the way I know the people you grew up with are not in the matches for you is because you have found someone who is now. I'm crossing my fingers so we can get to meet one day soon. And I said, thank you. I'm sure we will find a way to connect soon. I really appreciate you guys. Fingers crossed. So we're going to continue forward. All right, so now we're going to look at some DNA results from Ancestry.com. So if you've ever taken the Ancestry.com, you get your foreign DNA, which is like your lineage, where they'll tell you which countries you're from that you're not in at that point.
I just need to know that you're okay every now and then.
Africa,
okay, we can't. Let me pause. All right, to my son, I just need to know that you're all right every now and then. But I got gifts, so I be knowing that you're okay. And I know that your brother is okay too. You know your mama, right? So you already know that y'all are protected. You already know. You already know that the spirit is in control of the situation. And I'm checking in on you and your brother faithfully. Okay? I'm checking in on both of y'all faithfully. Understand that? Spiritually. Okay? But you gotta stop. So I love you though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know this is really my son, y'all, in the comment section. But I do love you, and I just want you to know that y'all got my blood, y'all got my spirit, y'all got my type of shit, my connection with the spirits. So I already know y'all some warriors. I always believed in y'all. I always told y'all that y'all was gonna be growing up to be good, strong, powerful men. And that's what's gonna happen, son. Period, point blank. And nobody can control you. Okay? Just like I told y'all. All right? Nobody can control you. You always have an option on what you're going to do. I know it's you, honey. I know it's you. I know. I know it's you. I know it's you, baby. I can feel your energy. Okay? And a mother knows her child. It's all good. It's all good. You don't got to say nothing else in the comment section. But I want you to know that I love you, okay? And you're protected, and you don't got shit to worry about. You know how to call on them spirits, and you know how to move. I'm gonna say it like that. You know how to move from here to there, okay? Do what you got to do over there, son. All right. But anyways, let's keep going. Sorry,
But that is not important to the Alicia Smalley case and what I'm dealing with right now. So I thought that I would show you guys the part where they give the local DNA as to where your DNA comes from. Okay, so they give you the local connections. So we're going to take a look at the local connections between Alicia Smalley and myself as Alicia Smalley. Okay, and this is according to the Ancestry lab. My DNA stems from my local DNA stems from Alabama and Georgia, as you guys can see there. And the purple, it says Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Okay, so those were the communities that my DNA stems from in the United States of America. And Alicia Smalley was born in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, and kidnapped in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is from Ancestry DNA. So don't argue with me, argue with Ancestry.
And I'm going to say this about Alicia Smalley. Okay, so Alicia Smalley's mother, the one that's still alive, they call her Geechee, right? The reason why they call her Geechee, you don't just call nobody Geechee because what you're going to be calling them. No, you're going to call them that because they're a part of the Geechee tribe, right? Where were the Geechee tribe people at in America? North Carolina and Tennessee and all of that shit. And here it is on my DNA. I just want to point that out there because it's just like 1 in a million chance that all of these things would match me being this child here. Okay, it doesn't make sense that I would have all of this. Like it's like 1 in a million, 1 in a gazillion chances that I would have this. So
laboratories. So let's just take a look at the local communities where they say that I am from on a map here. So as you can see at the bottom of that screen, it's also going to show that, we are in my DNA story, and this is where my DNA story is. So on the map that you're looking at now, it's going to show you that my local DNA stems from Alabama, Georgia, that southern hemisphere, okay? And now we are going to take a look at the people who kidnapped me. We're going to call this section the law enforcement crime family. Oh, and I would just like to prove that since I do not belong to this family, this does prove that my birth records are fake. Who you are looking at now is Marion Williams, registered nurse of St. Louis, Missouri. But before we go into what she did or who she is, just let me say that the people that I'm about to show you have committed major crimes against myself.
I love you, Hezi, okay? But I cannot be distracted, okay? I have to fight. This is me fighting for us, okay? So just watch the video, share the video, whoever you can tell about our family, our family as in me, you, Serenity, Hezi, whoever you can tell about our family, because these people, these are not our family. We are that. You get what I'm saying? Before y'all left, we established that this was definitely not our family. Anybody that you can tell the story to, tell the story. You got to fight now, son. Y'all got to fight now. Okay? It's just that. Now y'all got to fight. Just like mama had to fight. Now y'all got to fight. Okay? And y'all got to tell the truth about what y'all know. And about who did what, who took care of you, who didn't take care of you, who kept their word, who kept you safe, who didn't keep their word, who didn't keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell the truth. It just is what it is, okay? Truth gang, let's go.
And humanity, they all are holding or held at one point in time high-ranking positions within law enforcement in the city of St. Louis and the healthcare community.
Hit that like button, son.
They're dangerous and they need to be arrested immediately. They are child abusers, sex traffickers, kidnappers, thieves, and murderers, hiding behind the positions of stature in which they hold in the community.
Justice for Alicia Smalley. Justice for Alicia Smalley. Justice for Alicia Smalley.
Let's get back to it. This is Marion Williams, sister of my aunt Carla Rogers, the one matching the composite sketch. Marion Williams was a traveling nurse at the time of the Grady kidnappings and had access to the Grady Hospital around that time frame. This is the person who raised me and ghosted me once confronted about the DNA test. She allowed me to be abused.
Justice for your mama, that's right. Hashtag justice for your mama.
As well as
I love y'all.
Both men and women, among other things. This is Edward Wilson Jr.
Nah, bitch, you ain't getting away.
Father.
That's him.
Who also allowed me to be molested by family members on his side of the family as well. He served as the St. Louis City Sheriff in the late 80s and 90s. This is my supposed grandmother, Lorraine Dudley, mother of Marion Williams and supposed stepmother of Carla Rogers. She transitioned in 2010 and went down in history as as the first African-American fingerprint technician for the St. Louis City Police Department. In this picture, you will see people of interest, Valerie Dudley Lane in the yellow, daughter of Lorraine Dudley and sister of Marion Williams and Carla Rogers. And you'll also see Dwayne Williams, grandson of Lorraine Dudley and son of Vernon Williams, in the white shirt with the red writing and the baseball cap, which is red. Valerie recently retired from the St. Louis City Police Department from the Records Department, thus giving her access to many records and opportunities to change and alter them at her will. Dwayne is important to the situation due to his father's and his military positions, as well as their positions in Freemasonry. This is a picture of Rachel Williams, aka Rachel Roa, and Kekula Lahai Pumugwe. Rachel was raised as my sister. Through Marion Williams, she's also pictured with me and Carla Rogers, the kidnapper, in the picture that I showed you guys in 1985. Kekula is the son of Denise Lahai Pumugwe, daughter of Lorraine Dudley and sister of Vernon Williams, Marion Williams, Carla Rogers, and Valerie Dudley Lane. Both Rachel and Kekula participated in death rituals and death magic for my inheritance, insurance policies, as well as helping to plot and attempting to cover up my murder, as well as everyone else in this video. This is Denise Lahai, daughter of Lorraine Dudley and sister of Valerie Dudley Lane, Marion Williams, Carla Roger, Vernon Williams, and Ricky Dudley. Mother of Kekula Lahai and Kalia Lahai. This is Susan Williams. She was also raised as my sister through Marion Williams. And yes, she did join the rest of the family to plot my murder and to cover up my kidnapping as well. And this is a picture of Cynthia Kringle. I met her when I was 12 years old. She was supposed to be my best friend. This is the girl who decided to join this family in the plot to steal my inheritance, plot my murder, and steal my children from me. This is also the girl that showed up at my house with my ex-husband to take my children on Friday the 13th, 2023. She is gang stalking, harassment, as well as participation in the dark arts with this crime family. This next slide is Jessica. She is the wife of Dwayne Williams, the master mason and the military guy. This is Michael Humphreys, son of retired fingerprint technician Valerie Lane. He is a former St. Louis Police Department, and as far as I know, he is current St. Charles Police Department. He was raised as my cousin, and he participated in the...
Give me 1 second, y'all. I need 1 second. 1 second. I had to text that person back.
Was ordered to shoot me. The female that you see in this picture is local felon Leah Lahai. She is the daughter of Denise Lahai as well, another hitman. She was hired to rob and shoot me as well in the year 2021 when I arrived back to St. Louis. We'll call notice of investigation. With the help of my daughter, December 5th, 2023, we were able to find myself on a missing child flyer. I posted it all over the internet. By December 8th, 2023, I was contacted by the head of the FBI Cyber Intelligence Unit, informing me of an ongoing investigation. Before we read the letter, this piece of evidence will prove that these individuals have not only kidnapped me, and illegally kidnap my children and also sex traffic me. It proves they have committed multiple crimes around the world in my name, stole my identity and my inheritance, which was left to me by a person within this crime family. This furthermore proves the motive for murder, extortion, and wanted to get me caught up in false court cases in order to cover up the crime that they committed against me, an innocent child, over 30 years ago. Nothing that I experienced in my life was justified. It was all a great injustice. The entire city of St. Louis owes me and my children an apology that they can never give. I will press full charges to the fullest extent of the law, and I demand justice and judgment now in real time. Thursday, December 8th, 2022 at 1:58 a.m. Mr. Brian A. Vorndran, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Domestic Intelligence and Security Service of the United States, its principal federal law enforcement agency headquarters, Washington, D.C., United States. Mr. Brian A. Vorndran, Assistant Director of Cyber Division at FBI headquarters. This is Mr. Brian A. Vorndran. We monitor involvement with some individuals through our global tracking device that detects all the incoming and outgoing emails and telephone calls globally from all the countries in the world. We have your email address under our monitoring device set up. Any more emails to these individuals from you will be automatically detected and flagged. You are entitled to an inheritance of the sum of USD, but that information was compromised by this group of individuals claiming it was 8.7 million USD and about to be delivered to another account without your knowledge.
Overseas accounts, y'all.
Our concern in this
Overseas
issue is
accounts.
for your name to be cleared from the fraudulent list, which has already been submitted to all crime agencies in your country and environs Germany, Canada, London, and the United States of America. We make sure that the laws are followed to the core, and this is why the U.S. government, which its citizens carried out the fraudulent activities with your information, which you sent to them, have to investigate and compensate you with the amount as regards to the FBI law of Subjection 516 of the United Nations anti-crime laws. But prior to that, we have in our file your details, which you sent to them, and we have checked and placed you under investigation. And by this regards, we decided to pursue the East African government with the help of the U.S. government to provide further information to reveal the evil deeds that were carried out with your name. The United States knows that you are the person because someone was duped with your identity, and this fraudulent activity was carried out by the same people who have been forwarding your information details to with the pretense of dealing with the right offices in the United States and other countries in the world. You will have to forward all your emails and messages shared during your conversation with them. After these investigations, you will get to access your compensation fund of USD, which was offered to you. And don't forget that you will need to get back with us with a feedback within 48 hours from now. If not for the fact that we did a background data check before acting towards this directive given to us, you would have already been arrested by now and jailed because of your association with these individuals through the internet. And don't forget our warnings to you. A German businessman who was already duped with your identity has reported this case to the international court, and it will involve the government of both countries, which is the government of Germany and yours. That is the reason why you must get back to us immediately as to avoid anybody involving your name with these individuals when they are arrested. After the investigation, you will be free from any form of crimes depending on the outcome of the investigation. You will have to get court clearance files in a few days from now so that our local agent can be able to apply our maladies of the court justice to issue the clearance form to you. You will be receiving your confirmation form of USD as soon as you are cleared from these charges, respectively, DC, United States. Mr. Brian A. Vorderman, Assistant Director of the Cyber Division at the FBI headquarters. Okay, and then you'll see at the bottom of this that I respond and I do comply with the email. I do forward all emails, all messages. I also forward all of my financial records and everything over. I cooperate fully, as well as the information of me being Alicia Smiley. Okay, and I'll respond at the bottom of the letter that says, if there's anything else you need from me, please let me know. And thank you. These people have completely destroyed my life. Okay, they kidnapped me. At age 3 years old, I am a victim of circumstances. I should not be anywhere near these people. I should not be involved in their crime ring, their kidnapping ring, their sex trafficking ring, their cyber crimes. I should not be involved in any of those things. And I'm just proving my identity and proving that I am this child and that I'm innocent the whole way through. So, I have a list of names of the people that are involved in this situation and how they apply. So all the names that I had in my existence here after they kidnapped me, the fake name that's on the birth certificate, all the times that my names were changed and everything. I'm going to give that information here on this video as well.
This is important. So, this part right here.
People that are all involved in this is the crime family, the cybercrime unit and everything. I even remember seeing pictures of them taking trips to Germany and everything. Make sure that you guys hashtag protect Alicia Smiley, because I do have a lot of information on a lot of crimes that were committed. I'm a witness here. Okay?
Hashtag protect Alicia Smiley.
He was the sheriff, and he's also a kidnapper. Marion Williams, she's a kidnapper. She's a registered nurse. She's a traveling nurse. Venus V. Harry, she is a lawyer that handles trust, probates. She helped them steal the inheritance. She grew up next door to us.
This is the lawyer that we were talking about on the other video. Okay, guys, that the lady came forth and said that Venus V. Harry had done something to her as well. So, yeah.
Dudley Lane. She is a kidnapper. She worked in the records department for St. Louis Police Department. Vernon Williams, he is Master Mason, military, and the kidnapper. Ricky Dudley, kidnapper, Coven member, molester. Myrna, which is their sister as well. She's a kidnapper and a Coven member. Denise LaHaye Pumagoy, she stole government benefits for me and my children for many, many years. She is a Coven member as well as a kidnap. Susan Williams, she stole my identity. She had bills in my names before I even turned 18 years old. Rachel Williams, Logan Roa, whichever name you like to call her as far as her last name, and Elsa Roa. These are Coven members as well. They also tried to plot and cover up my murder. Dwayne Williams, he is in the military. He's a Coven member as well as the Master Mason. We have Marie Williams. She is another aunt who would be sisters to this people through marriage, wife of Vernon Williams.
She did, y'all.
She is the
Marie Williams, wife of Vernon Williams, Trinidadian spiritual practitioner. She's dead. I just want to point that out because I told y'all, like, these people is like dying, but justice is going to be served regardless. That's all I'm going to say. So let's just keep going. Since this video has been made, she's dead. She was not dead at the time. Since this video has been made, she's died. She's gone. She's up out of here. Who's next? Let's go, Spirit.
She's the practitioner. Michael Humphreys, former St. Louis Police Department, current St. Charles Police Department. He is also a hitman, okay? Alicia Gomez, or Woodbury, she is a former St. Louis Police Department and a current St. Charles Police Department, and I also grew up next door to her as well.
And this Alicia Gomez, because I didn't say it in the video, she is Venus V. Harry's cousin. So this Alicia Gomez and Venus V. Harry, they're cousins. All right, go ahead.
She is the Coven member. She plotted my murder as well. She made false reports, false documentation, gang stalking as well. Kalia LaHaye, she is that cousin.
You're going to have to email me. Your brother knows how to do it. So you email me, okay? Your Instagram, because if I don't want nobody on this live to get your Instagram, son. You email it to me, okay?
And she's the hitman, and she also set me up to be robbed. Arthur Lee Moore, he is the preacher, he is the con man, he is the hacker, he is a hitman, molester, romance scammer, extorter, larceny, false marriage, identity theft, false reports, false documentations, and stolen inheritance, thief of inheritance, of course, false marriage, emotional abuse, financial reports, all of that, rape, and he's also tied to several murders. Leah Grubb Moore, who is the current wife of Arthur Moore, false marriage.
This is the girl from the murder plot video.
Married her as me. If you guys have been following my channel, then you guys will know that as well. So stolen identity for her as well, stolen property, stolen inheritance. They both were living in the house that was left to me out of the will, and they have been living off of my inheritance. All these hitmen and everybody was also paid off of my inheritance as well. Trinity Williams, sad to say, that is my oldest daughter. She did help these people plot my murder as well. I don't really have a reason as to why she did that, but she did that. That's my 18-year-old daughter. Ernestine Moore is the the second wife of Arthur Moore. She's involved in this. She helped steal property as well and spent money that was out of my inheritance as well. Okay, so these are the people, and then the names that they had me under. False birth certificate, which I have as well.
So there's no E at the end. It's just EDDI, but my daughter is the editor of this entire video. And at the time when she edited it, she was like 16. So she really was like just trying to hurry up and get it through it because it was traumatic for her. So she kind of spelled my name wrong, but it was EDDI. There was no E at the end. I just want to point that out.
Edie Denise Wilson was the name that they had me under. My name was changed to Edie Denise Harper during a first marriage. Second marriage, Edie Denise Moore. Then it was changed to Bela or Israel in Omaha, Nebraska. And now we are back to Alicia Smiley. So this is my evidence. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to give more information. I have so much. The story has so many different layers. So if you guys would like to know more, or you want me to break down certain people, like tell stories about certain experiences with certain peoples, or just if you guys have any questions about anything, or you need any information about anything, you guys just let me know. There you have it. There's my DNA evidence. I am Alicia Smiley. I am not Edie Denise Wilson, Edie Denise Moore, Edie Denise Harper, Bela or Israel. Those are not my names. Okay, so yeah.
All right, so we are going to go over part 2. And this is where it gets really like fucking bad, okay? It gets really fucking bad. Because the kidnapper family ends up, well, Alicia Smiley's family ended up, from this video, my nephew, he reached out to me and said, I think I'm your missing aunt. But it's very chaotic, but I did make a video about it and we're about to watch it. Okay. Then after they reached out, we were making arrangements to try to get something done or whatever so that we can see what's up with me being Alicia Smiley or whatever. And basically, I guess the video was shown to a family member who did not agree with me being this missing child, even though I have all this evidence, me and the lilac ribbons, me and the gold earrings, like, you know what I'm saying? The composite sketch of a kidnapper, and then me matching Alicia Smiley, like even teeth and the eye discoloration and all that shit is on my body. You get what I'm saying? So this particular family member, Crystal, ugly ass bitch, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, bitch. I swear to God. Anyways, I'm trying to be professional, but this is my life, and she doesn't know me for her to do that or whatever. She reaches out to the people in the video. So that's what we're going to watch right now. We're going to watch my cousin, as Alicia Smiley, reach out to the people that I said were very dangerous and kidnappers, and they told her that I had mental illness. So they dismissed me, basically. Well, I dismissed them, but you'll see it in the video. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it, okay? I'm the son of Leah, and you're right on this. I'm finna screenshot that shit. Yes, I am. Got it. But you shouldn't be on here, son. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know your mama like that, and I don't even know you. But call the police. Tell the police. That's all I can say. If you really want to do the right thing, call the police. Tell the police what's going on, what happened. Tell them what happened. That's all I can say. I already screenshot it, so it's okay. I've already screenshot it. I got it. You can retract the message, but I've already screenshot it. Because my life is in danger, so I had to do what I had to do. Okay, and I do appreciate you admitting that, though. And my son's life is in danger. And if you put it on my comment section that you're her son and you know that this is the truth and I'm telling the truth on the situation, then you know that my life was in danger. So the only thing that you can do at this point in time is do the right thing. Do the right thing. Okay? Do the right thing. That's all I can say. But yeah, we're going to go over part 2. And this is where it's going to get heartbreaking because it really, this really, like, I was like, wow, Spirit, really, this is the life that I signed up for. Like, I was treated shitty by the family that I grew up in, and this is the family that's really my family, and they're treating me shitty too. Oh God, it hurt, man. It hurt. But it's good because now I understand that I don't belong to neither one of these motherfuckers. I belong to myself. And the only 2 people that I ever fuck with out the Alicia Smiley family is nephew. And I don't know how you're gonna feel about that nephew because your mom is my sisters and I'm not fucking with them. But I'll fuck with nephew and I'm gonna fuck with Geechee because that's my mama. But other than that, fuck everybody. Straight up. And I'm sorry if you're a part of Alicia Smiley family and you come across this video, but that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Okay. That's all I can say. Oh no, it's too late. I already screenshot it, but I'm gonna, because you're her son, I don't want her energy on here, so I do gotta block you. So you gotta go. See you later. Okay, part 2, let's go.
This is an update to my personal journey to finding myself on a missing child flyer. Timeline of events since posting photo evidence that I am Alicia Smiley.
Could I profit? I'm trying to see could I profit.
The unprovoked lies that they tell. Sunday, March 26, 2023. I get a message from a random Facebook friend. This is not a client of mine or anyone I've ever worked with personally. I do not know them. They tell me the people that I mentioned in the video that I said tried to harm me reached out to him along with a cousin of Alicia Smiley. This person is Rachel Roy, who I explained in the previous video. I was raised as my sister. And the cousin of Alicia Smiley, allegedly, we will call her C. Just let me make it clear that I have never had any contact or spoken to this person, C, of Alicia Smiley. Let's take a look at the screenshots to a random person. It is extremely important that you pause and read them through.
Okay, I didn't read them. So hold on. I didn't read them, but the video will be posted. Okay, the video will be posted. Well, the video is already posted, but what I can do is go back and put the links of these videos in here so that you guys can pause and read them, because it was so emotional that my daughter was like, do not try to read through all the lies. Have them pause and read and just address the lies. Okay, so I will put in the link so that you guys can, you know what I'm saying, look at it for yourself. Okay.
The first lie is the I, because I have never spoken to her. If there was any messages between me and this cousin C, cousin of Alicia Smiley, where are the messages? The only person that initially reached out to me was an alleged nephew and alleged sister of Alicia Smiley. This person C has no idea what I have been doing because she has never spoken with me. Second lie, we reached out to our liaison. Pay to that sentence there. I just would like to know if that you reached out through our liaison. Why didn't you forward the video to the liaison, caseworker, and detective immediately before contacting me? They are police, and they could have found me through social media, which is why I went public with my personal experience so they could find me.
I'm putting it down.
Pay attention to the part that says after further review, she decided that she was going to contact the people from the previous video who I said were very dangerous, kidnapped me, sex trafficked me, and abused me and tried to murder me, to ask them who I was, despite the DNA evidence times, allegedly, that proves that these people are not my biological family. She also said I did not give my name. This is also a lie, because at the end of the previous update video, I included every single name that I've ever been under in the United States of America. Location. This part is true. I would not give my exact location because I explained to the family of Alicia Smiley that the people that took me are trying to kill me to cover up the kidnapping and steal an inheritance that was also mentioned in the notice of investigation section of the last update video. She actually proves my point with this one. If I'm telling you these people are dangerous and I trust you with my location, you do exactly what you did. You contact the people who I said have tried to murder me to cover up the kidnapping of Alicia Smalley, which has also been documented on YouTube for months, the murder plot against me, okay? And this was documented before seeing my face on a missing child flyer. So I'm not sure why, if your family is missing a child and I am claiming to be a child with physical evidence of being this child, would you feel the best course of action would be to contact the people who the child with solid physical evidence said tried to hurt them? Valid phone number? That will be debunked shortly. Take a look at the part where she says the family states mental illness. I found my face on a flyer, and I guess someone's saying that someone abused them, or in my case, multiple people abused me. It's mental illness, because all I am doing is telling the truth of my personal story. Take a look at the part of the message where she says, we have given all this information over to the police. So basically, you went to the kidnappers and asked them who I was and took what they said to the police. My evidence is rock solid. Nothing that I say is made up. You would have to be blind not to see the evidence that I'm presenting to the public. But let's keep moving. She states what make her question is that I said the family that I have known for all these years tried to kill me. I'm not sure what about me seeing my face of a missing child flyer and pointing out the people who did it and tried to kill me does not make sense. If they kidnap me and I tell, they go to jail. Let me ask you something. Do you really think they want to go to jail? I am the evidence. So if they kill me, there is no evidence. But I guess that doesn't make sense to someone who grew up in a loving family who wasn't abused. And if they were abused, not to the extent of abuse that I have endured. Now, pay attention to the part where she says they offered to fly me out. Do I really need to give an explanation? I wouldn't fly out or give a location at this point? I don't think so. Not trusting people because of trauma is not an excuse. It is just me protecting myself. They don't know me. I do not know them. Let's take a look at some more slides. March 25th, 2023, 6:51 p.m. This is a message between C, the alleged cousin of Alicia Smalley, and the representative for the criminal crime family, Rachel Roa and Elsa Roa. Keep in mind, Elsa and Rachel Roa are speaking to the family, directly to the family of Smalley after I publicly posted my Ancestry laboratory results, not proving that I'm Alicia Smalley, but proving that I do not belong to the people who raised me. It is important that you take a moment to look at the text.
I'm going to put a link also in the...
First lie. My biological sister. She is presenting herself to the family of Alicia Smalley as my biological sister after the DNA analysis publicly online, proving that I do not belong or have any biological ties to this family. Second lie, has been scamming on social media, going around asking for donations for a DNA test to prove that I am Alicia Smalley. I have never asked for any donations for Alicia Smalley. I have a social media platform in which interactions are publicized. Everything is recorded. The evidence is in the videos. Lie number 3, perpetuation as if I am a missing person. As we go back over the evidence that is clearly not in my mind that everyone can visually see, you will understand that this is a lie as well. Lie number 4, slanderous videos. Nothing in the video is slander. It is my personal truth and experiences with these individuals. What is deforming or deformating is the abuse that you all have worked so hard to cover up as mental illness. Lie number 5. She is telling people that I contacted the family of Alicia Smalley, harassing them. That will also be debunked here shortly. Lie number 6. Demanding that I go on a talk show. That will also be debunked here shortly. Lie number 7. They requested from me, the family of Alicia Smiley requested from me on multiple occasions for the DNA test, and I refused. That will also be debunked shortly. Lie number 8. Going through the proper commands. Note, those of you who have been watching me know that I have been on my own with this, going through the proper commands this whole entire time, which is also documented on the YouTube channel. But I'll get back with physical evidence with that as well. Lie number 9, refusal to work with the FBI person. I have been in compliance with all law enforcement agencies concerning the Smiley case, which is also mentioned in the video of the update of me seeing my own face on a missing child flyer. But I'll have to stick with me if you with me. Hold on, y'all. I'm not stopping this. And I notice how when I start speaking my piece, ain't nobody really watching, but it's okay because y'all motherfuckers, I'm trying to fucking tell you, okay? Straight up. Physical evidence for you all for that as well. Lie number 10, perpetuation to be Alicia Smiley for donations. Again, every time I interact with the public, it is recorded and the evidence will be shown in the videos on the YouTube channel. Let's move forward. This is more screenshots of Elsa and Rachel, the Smiley family, but it really won't matter after you take a look at the full messages that I present to you all as evidence, okay? I'm not sure, though, in this text message who Rachel or Elsa are speaking with right now. They're also doing a video chat in the corner here, and I don't know who either of the people are in the video chat, but I will definitely cover their faces for protection. Make sure that you pause the video. It is extremely important that you look at this documentation and read the text. The documentation sent through the messages during this Facebook phone call, which both people are strangers to me. The documentation is a paternity judgment order without trial.
I'm here, y'all.
Keep in mind, as I explained in the first video, in the criminal law enforcement family section, Valerie Lane, who worked in the records department for the St. Louis City Police Department, has access or had access to multiple thousands of records and able to change them at will. Also know Friday the 13th in January 2023, my ex-husband from 10 years ago, who was a part of this criminal law enforcement crime family, showed up at my residence with false documentation on my sons, but I digress. Let's take a look at the paperwork and exactly what it is. This is a paternal judgment without trial. This is not a paternity test. A paternal judgment without trial does not require a DNA test. This means that two people can go in a courthouse and agree that they had sex and created a child. Neither one of the parties denying paternity nullifying the necessity for a paternity test or a trial. This is due to the fact that both parties agree that the child is there. No DNA test is required with both parents in agreement. Now let's take a look at this picture. This picture is the criminal law enforcement crime family's photo evidence that I am their child. Just this picture. Let's take a look at my photo evidence compared to the family that claims I have mental illness and I am theirs but cannot recognize my own self in a picture. Let's take a moment to go over the previous video I posted on my personal journey to healing and truth. We will get to the update, but first let's look at these key points. Please note, there is only one picture of the missing child, Alicia Smiley, which is a public flyer. Every other picture is in fact me. I took the time in the previous video to point out each feature, each facial feature that matches the description of the missing child, myself as the child, and me as an adult. There are more than 9 identical facial features that can clearly be seen, including identifying marks, and all identifying marks on me match and are identical to the missing child. But I guess I have mental illness. Okay, let's take a look at the pictures here. Brown eyes, black hair, right eye discoloration, as well as the gap in the bottom of my teeth in the middle there. There's a gap in the bottom of my teeth right there in the middle. Even my adult earlobes are identical and distinctive as well. Bear with me. I know this is repetitive, but this has to be said for the people in the back of the public courtroom. Let's continue. Let's take a look once more at this missing child flyer. Compare every single feature. Now, let's take a look at the missing child flyer and me as an adult. These details are important as the family that took me are making claims of mental health. Let me ask you all this, the public, something. When you see yourself in a photograph, are you unable to recognize that it is you in the photo? If you see yourself in a photograph as a child, as an adult, do you not recognize yourself in the picture?
I almost yelled bitch like I'm in a courtroom or something, because bitch is making points.
In the kidnapper section of the video, I present the evidence that is relevant to my personal experience as a child. The person in the composite sketch from the Grady 6 is Carla Rogers, and I was raised to think that she was my aunt. Here is a picture of my aunt, the person in the composite sketch. Now, a picture of me matching the description of Alicia Smalley. And that same person wanted for kidnapping in the Grady 6 in the same room in 1985. DNA results. In this section of the video, it is important to note that there is no mention of Alicia Smalley's mother or father in any way, shape, or form. It is also important to note that the information was never listed on any public news articles or about the missing child or the flyer itself. So there is no way that I was personally able to maintain that information. I mentioned also in the DNA section of the video, the DNA test I was told was taken by the maternal member of the family who took me. Marion Williams stated she had taken an ancestry test, so I decided to take one in order to prove my identity. I have been questioning for years of whether or not they were really my family because of the abuse that I had endured. The results came back and revealed there was no DNA in the system matching me with a mother or father. Marion Williams and Edward Wilson Jr. did not populate. But what I did find was a first cousin on a father's side. Remember the evidence that was shown in the previous video. I asked the first cousin if they had ever heard of any of the names that I grew up with or the parents that raised me. They said no. Here are the screenshots. That proved that my birth records are fake because those people did not populate between myself or any of the people connected to my DNA through Ancestry.com, and there were a lot of matches. No one on that list did I recognize. They were all strangers. These facts are important. Again, due to the claims of mental illness from the family who kidnapped me. The criminal law enforcement family. In this section, I give the identities of the people who raised me. This is my personal truth and experiences with these individuals. I am willing to take a polygraph in order to prove every statement that I present to the public are not this family, but my personal experience. It is my personal testimony, which I am also willing to testify in the court of law as to every word that I have spoken. These are the exact words from my previous video concerning the situation. Quote, The people that I am about to show you have committed major crimes against myself and humanity, or are holding, at one point in time, high-ranking positions in law enforcement in the city of St. Louis and in the healthcare community. They are very dangerous and they need to be arrested immediately. They are child abusers, sex traffickers, kidnappers, thieves, and murderers, hiding behind the position in which they hold in the community. End quote. Keep this quote in the back of your mind because that is important to what this cousin of Alicia Smiley C has done. So now,
or in criminal justice,
not only was I in danger, the family of Alicia Smiley is now in danger. Let's call this next section a series of unfortunate events. Saturday, March 18th, 2023. Days after I posted the video of the Alicia Smiley update, I was contacted by a family member of Alicia Smiley, and this is how it went. I was going to keep this information private as this was very upsetting. Unfortunately, I was lied on, so this is why I had to make this public. I have covered up the names and the faces of these people just for their safety and confidentiality. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. Okay? March 18th. This is the alleged nephew of Alicia Smiley. Make sure that you pause to read the text. Now, on the phone call, he tells me, again, that he believes that I am the missing child in question. He tells me that his mother is on the way and she will be there in a few minutes. My first response to him, is there anyone willing to give a DNA test? He responds, yes. His mother arrives really, really soon after that, which is the younger sister of Alicia Smiley. 10 minutes later, I receive an inbox from the younger sister of Alicia Smiley. Let's take a look at that. She immediately starts sending me pictures. She sent me a picture of herself. Pay close attention because, again, this is important due to the claims of me stalking and harassing. Let's take a look at this next text. You'll see here I say I'm about to call if that's okay. Then we have an audio call that's at 12:25 p.m. Spirit told me to screen record that phone call, but I didn't because I was feeling all kinds of anxiety. I did call her at 12:25 p.m. She missed the call and then she calls me back. We do a Facebook video chat. This is from my personal experience of what happened on the phone call. Keep in mind, I am willing to take a polygraph as everything that I'm speaking out of my mouth is truth. All right, so on the video call, the first thing I asked her was, is there anyone willing to take a DNA test? Is it time sensitive? I'm trying to prove my identity. I explained to her that the people that took me are in law enforcement and they took me and now my children through false paperwork, which is also thoroughly explained in the original video. Keep in mind that video was made 3 days prior, and if I had any information, I would have added it to my video. So I did not have any information, so that automatically debunks any claims of me stalking them, reaching out, or whatever, because I did not know who they were. I did not even know they existed. To be honest with you all, I'm going to tell you that I thought maybe my parents were dead because I know what type of people that I have been dealing with as far as this criminal law enforcement family. So let's keep going. She goes on to tell me that she is my younger sister and the middle child, and there's one more baby sister underneath. And again, I mentioned the DNA test, and I proceeded to tell her before I found myself on the missing child flyer that I had already been talking to a producer from a talk show to get a DNA test from the person who raised me, who ghosted me. The first contact with this producer was after Carla Rogers died. And I asked the person who raised me for a DNA test. At the time of the first contact with the producer, I had no proof other than my inner knowing and had not taken the Ancestry test, nor had my daughter and I found my face on a missing child flyer. All of this is documented on social media, except the fact that I had been in contact with the producer for approximately 2 years prior finding the flyer. As a matter of fact, the producer was the one who suggested to get an ancestry to prove that I did not belong to my biological family or the people who raised me, and possibly get a hit to find real family through Ancestry, so I did. We kept in touch. I told the middle younger sister of Alicia Smiley that she told me that we can have a DNA test done within 5 days if she agrees. And she continues to tell me more about the family. She tells me my birth mother is alive. She tells me like where she lives at. She tells me who she lives with. She tells me her first, middle, and last name, her maiden name, her married name. And I asked her again, would she be willing to take a DNA test? She said she did not want to tell the mother of Alicia Smiley, as she'd been suffering from alcoholism since the trauma in 1985. She said that regardless of that she would go ahead and do a DNA test as a sibling. And I said, okay. We stayed on the phone for a little bit longer, and she began to tell me freely about the family, showing me her kids, telling me that I had a niece whose birthday party was that evening. She said that when they gathered for the party, the family would be present, and she said that she was going to tell her baby sister about it, and she said that she wanted me to go ahead and give her the producer's information, and that she would contact them and then contact me after she speaks with the producer. And I told her I would do the same and also give my contact information and everything as well. And told her that I was going to reach out to the producer to let her know the information and the update on what I had found along my journey way before I even found out that I was on this missing child flyer, okay? So after the phone call, she immediately starts sending me pictures of other family members of Alicia Smiley. Let's take a look at these Facebook inbox messages so that you guys can know what happened directly after the call. It is extremely important that you pause to read. As you can see, these are the pictures that she was sending me, and I did end up sending her some pictures of my family back. And the reason why I did that is because I don't have anything to hide, and I know that I'm this child. I know me when I see me. So I didn't figure it would be any harm to let them see, hey, look, I'm really this person, you know? All right, so a few days, that could be a day. I think it might be a day or so passes. And basically, I didn't hear anything from her. The producer ended up calling me, and she's telling me that they could do a paternity test, a DNA test to see whether or not I'm Alicia Smiley by testing the mother. After she gets off of the phone, they didn't want to test the sister anymore. So they were willing at first, before I had any information, to test any family member. But at this point in time, because she found out that the mother was still living, the producer said that it is best to test directly the mother. So at that point, that situation obviously was a no-go, because the sisters did not want to let the mother know that I had even existed. So I was really, really, really distraught, and I did not know what to do. So what I ended up doing, you guys will see next. All right, so now this is Sunday, March 19th, 2023. The middle sister of Alicia Smiley reaches out to me. I get straight to business. She did not respond after that. It is important to know that I would not have had the information to give the producer had she not provided it. As you can see, I did not reach out to her until 2 days later, March 21st, 2023 at 8:17 p.m. Please take a moment to look at this screenshot. When she did not respond because they wanted to test the mother instead of her, at that point, I was just thinking that she wasn't going to proceed with anything because I didn't hear from her.
I'm still here, guys. I'm going to smoke.
Me knowing that this is time sensitive, I decided to send the video out to others in order to draw attention to the situation, to offer my DNA through other means, because my life is in danger. These are the direct messages that I sent. Please take the time to immediately pause and read these messages. Notice within the messages, March 19th at 9:16 a.m., she in fact does reach out to me. I just wanted to point that out. I know we're still looking at the messages, but I want you guys to take a look at that as well. Keep in mind that everyone that I sent a DM to, I only sent the video. There was no further commentary. There was nothing else. I just sent the video that was public. and that's it. If no one responded to the video link that I sent, then there was no conversation. I just sent it out. But here's a person here that responded. This is supposed to be a cousin of Alicia Smiley. We're going to call her Lala. Okay? So just note that again. Everyone that received an inbox from me received the exact same message, which was simply the link to the video we are discussing now. All right? So all I do is send the video. There's no conversation beyond that unless they respond to the link of the video. I have a screenshot evidence of that as well. I received a message back in response to the video link from 2 individuals. Let's take a look at these conversations. Again, bear with me. The reason why I'm showing you this is because they are trying to say that I harass and I have mental illness and all this other stuff. So let's keep going. All right, so we're going to talk about what happened during the phone call because you guys can clearly see what happened during the text. So basically, the phone call was via Facebook video chat, and she was just staring at me, and she was like shook, okay? She was telling me how she knows it's me by my forehead, okay? I again offer my DNA to her and letting her know that my life is in danger and that it is time sensitive. I explained to her the same exact thing that I explained to the sisters. When I first had the notion that the person that I was raised by was not my mother, I took the Ancestry DNA test and I proved that she was not. So now I just need to prove my identity. She told me that she was the matriarch of the family and that she would take it upon herself to show the mother of Alicia Smiley the video. She offered to fly me out. I immediately told her that I do not trust people because of the abuse that I have endured. She told me that she would figure this out. I immediately told her that I do not trust people because of the abuse that I have endured. She told me that she would figure this out somehow and would somehow get my DNA to the proper authorities. I told her that I have been documenting my journey for a while now on my YouTube channel because I felt like, the people who raised me were not my family. She asked me to send the link to my YouTube channel and my contact info. Keep in mind, my YouTube channel has been active since April 29th, 2017, which is now to date 6 years old. Before I had any knowledge of my face being on a missing child flyer, those of you all who have been watching me know my channel has nothing to do with crime, missing children cases, or anything like that. I sent her the link to the page via the same original video of the update of me finding myself as Alicia Smiley. She also asked for my contact number as well. She said that she would speak to me tomorrow and let me know how we're going to go about the DNA. I forgot to send my contact information, so I sent it the next day. And I went on my day without hearing anything back. And it's been like, a long time, pretty long time. It was like all day and like late at night or whatnot. So I went to basically say, hey, are we going to move forward with the DNA or anything of that nature? And then Facebook Messenger said that she was no longer available on Messenger. So I assumed that she wasn't going to do the right thing either, as far as telling the mother that I would offer my DNA immediately. When I saw that, I also figured the offer to arrange DNA testing and fly me out and all the other stuff was off the table. So at this point, I went back to the sister to see if she had blocked me as well, and she had not. So I didn't understand why they reached out to me directly if they weren't willing to move forward with the DNA process. Take a look at the bottom of the screen and you will see there that it says this person is unavailable on Messenger. And this is after the offer to fly me out. So when I reach back out to the sisters, I actually do send a text, and that's what you guys are going to be looking at right now. So we're going to call this the honesty text, okay? I'm going to actually read this one out to you guys. Pause and read. I said, I'm not sure why you contacted me if we're not going to move forward with the DNA or let the mother of Alicia Smiley know about the video. I've been dealing with this all my life, being in the wrong family. I don't want to come in and change anything for anyone. As I said, I am already established. I feel like my emotions and my feelings have not been considered when you guys decided to contact me as this child. This has been extremely hard for me, fighting this battle all by myself, advocating for myself. I just want to bring closure to myself. That is the reason I went public, identifying myself as this. I had nothing to do with you or your family because I did not even know y'all existed. It had everything to do with my personal journey and where it led me. I do not know you or anything about your family. If you guys don't want to do the DNA test or let her know that I exist, all you got to do is let me know and I'll cut contact from you guys and we can stop here. So she then says, we contacted you because you are using our sister's picture, and that's why. My family has offered to get you here, and we have no contact info on you. We spoke with the missing children's, and they want to test you. And I said, no, that's me in the picture. I'm not using your sister's name. Y'all have my picture. That's me in all those pictures. Those are my identifying marks. That's me wearing the lilac ribbons. That's me in the gold earrings, but y'all came to me. I did not find you. You found me. If you have any doubts, you shouldn't have contacted me and let me finish solving what happened to me personally on my own. Thank you for reaching out, but I'm going to keep you pushing. I immediately offered DNA before our conversation and everything. So at this point in time, I received a phone call, and I'm going to just show the evidence of my call log here, and it is from Alabama. You're going to be able to see that this number is from Alabama at the same time if you put the two messages together. And I'm going to tell you how this phone call went. As you guys can see through the text message, I'm definitely like, I'll just figure it out because I can figure it out by myself. Like I'll figure it out, you know, because I've been doing this all by myself anyways. So, and I feel like they're not going to tell her that I'm alive. So I'm not going to keep pressing the issue. I'll just keep moving forward, you know. I received a phone call, and this is how the phone call went. First, let me start by saying I was already upset because the only picture of Alicia Smiley that was actually featured in my video was a public fire, and the rest of the pictures were me, and there's like 20 of them. And she said I was using her sister's pictures, but that's me. Okay. But anyways, I get a phone call on my personal line, and that's the screenshot that you guys are seeing. And I'm clearly done with the situation at this point. I'm going to show you guys that as well. I'm sure you guys are wondering why this is relevant, but I'm going to explain it, okay? So the phone call. Immediately, she tells me that she is not the sister, and that, you know, I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to somebody else. She does not identify herself, but the woman is an elder woman. The voice I can tell is an older woman. Okay, and basically she starts to attack me because some time ago the mother of the missing child was called to identify a body, and it was not Alicia Smiley's body. And then years later, someone else came forward claiming to be the missing child. They took a DNA test, and it did not pan out right, is what she was telling me. Okay. So whoever this was did ask me, had I contacted the authorities, and I responded, absolutely, since the day I found my face on that missing child flyer. I told her that I understand her frustrations and tried to explain to her that this is something that is equally as hard for me, as the people who took me have worked very hard to try and kill me to cover this up. I tell her the reason the DNA did not pan out with the other people is because they are looking for a specific DNA for a specific person, and is only unique to that person. So you can literally test 1 million people, and if the DNA is not that person, it's not going to pan out every single time unless you have that person. But let's keep moving. At that point, that lady became irate, and I was upset as well. So I decided to end the conversation. As you guys can see here on the slide, I hang up. Then she calls me back, okay, immediately, and she tells me, whoever she is, I don't know who this person is, she tells me that if I'm theirs, then I'm stuck with them. And I'm already upset, so I'm not really trying to hear what she's saying at this point, because I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling her, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. I've been figuring it out on my own. I will handle this or whatever. And she's like, no, if you belong to us, you're stuck to us. She asked for my contact info and the info of the detective that I was dealing with in the Atlanta Police Department. And I provided her with that information. And I also provided her with a phone number, but just notice how they said that they didn't have any contact information. But when we were inboxing each other through Facebook, when I sent the honesty text, she called me on my personal line. So that's a lie right there. And you guys are looking at that right there. Okay, she called me twice on my personal line without me sending a phone call her direction, okay? So after that, once more, I did end the phone call, and once I ended the phone call, I decided to go ahead and just block them because it's like it's no point to keep moving forward directly with them if they're not going to tell the mother of the child that I am alive. It's like nothing I can do at this point, so I decided to block them and just keep on because this is my personal journey. I know what I look like on a picture. You know what you look like on a picture. I can't tell you what you look like. You know when you look at your picture that's you, even if you're 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, I'm done with it. I'm just gonna leave it at that and keep moving forward. So yeah, that's how that went. I ended up blocking them because it's been extremely difficult for me. Okay, I just felt unheard. I felt like I was a child, and I was trying to explain the type of abuse that I was enduring, and no one would listen to me. Okay, so you guys can see there several times I did offer DNA. There's nothing that I can do if they don't want to know. Like I said, and I am real. I exist, and I have the evidence. Okay, so at this point, I felt like nobody listening, so nothing they can do, nobody can do to help me. So. This is my story. This is my experience. I know who I am. A few days pass, and I take a break to realize my energies and do some inner healing. And before we get to the conclusion, I do want you guys to just look at the other person that responded, because I only showed you guys one of the 3 people that responded after I sent out a bunch of inboxes just with the link of the video only. No conversation, just the link of the video only. I want you guys to take a look at that slide as well. As soon as he asked me, if it's me or whatever, I immediately offer him DNA several times as well. And I also want you guys to know that in the section where the cousin is talking to the kidnapper family, there's a little snippet of my message there. And I want you to pay attention to how she only screenshot the part where I said, but if she doesn't know, she can't take the test. I guess that was her proof of harassment there. But I'm going to show you guys the whole entire text here. Make sure you guys pause to read. Make sure you guys, count how many times I offered DNA to these people, and see the truth here. And we're going to get to the conclusion. Let's go. Bullet points of conclusion. If the paperwork, the law enforcement crime family, was correct concerning the paternity judgment with no trial, why is it that a first cousin from a father's side through Ancestry never heard of either of the people who raised me? Because the first cousin's mother or father are in fact siblings. They do not know them. All the energy used to work against me, where is the energy used to work with me to solve this crime? If you are a missing person or a family member of a missing person, there should be no contact without the proper authorities. Definitely do not contact the people being accused of taking your loved one, or in this case, your unloved one. Be careful how you handle people. When someone is being abused, do not blame the victim. You need to look into what is being said. The cousin of Alicia Smalley, C, did not think about my safety or the safety of the family of Alicia Smalley. All of you all have been watching, so believe me when I say they are now in danger. Think about safety. Learn how to handle people with care, love, kindness, compassion, and concern. There was no concern for me. Hashtag Justice for Alicia Smalley 2023.
Bitch. All right, we out. Truth gang.